Hi, my name is Brandon Graysley. I'm a high school math teacher. Let's look at how to find an equation in vertex form for a parabola if we know the vertex and we can figure out the stretch or compression factor. So let's look at this graph to start with. Here's the vertex. We can identify it as -2 and -8. So we know the vertex form is going to look something like y equals a, an unknown value right now, times x minus -2, which we would write as x plus 2 squared, and then minus 8. So how to find out what a is? Well, the typical step pattern is that we, from the vertex, on a graph like y equals x squared, where a is equal to 1, we would have a run of 1 and a rise of 1. So what we can do instead is identify what is the rise, and I see this point right here, over 1 up 3. It is 3 times as much as what is normal, so therefore the a value must be 3. You can't always see this point nicely, so you might try to find some other point to identify the difference. So that's kind of a short example of how you can use the graph to find out what a is, and therefore get an equation in vertex form. Notice this one opens up, so this is a positive 3. What if we don't have a nice graph to work with, or if the coordinates are somewhat more difficult? This one, for example, I know a point that is not 1 away from this vertex, but we can still just use a bit of algebra to find this. So remember that the vertex form always looks like this. And so we'll start substituting in what we know. And we've done this lots with lines. So this should look kind of familiar. We don't know a yet. We do know h though. H is this value here, 2. And so we subtract it, x minus h, or x minus 2. That's squared. And then we're going to add in k. K is the y component of the vertex. Now we do know a bit more about the graph. We know one other point. So we substitute that point into the equation. Maybe I should write that. We substitute the point -1 comma -2 into the equation, because we know that point will make the equation true. So since the equation will be true for this point, we just have to find out what is the right a that will make it true. So let's simplify. I'm going to square this value here. It's a -3. When it becomes squared, when it is squared, it will become +9. Let me just continue rearranging. I think I'm going to bring this +1, subtract it from both sides. Leaves me with -3 equals 9a. Dividing both sides by 9, I get that a must be equal to -3/9, or I would prefer to write that as -1/3. So the equation is y equals -1/3 times x minus 2 plus 1. So that's the final equation for this parabola. Notice that it opens down and it has a vertical compression. It's been translated to the right 2 and up 1. And that's the vertex form. Okay, thanks very much.